If you're new here, my name is Sandra and I love upcycling, restoring, and flipping furniture. This chair step stool was actually in my husband's great-grandmother's kitchen and it had been rusting away in the yard for years. So I get started taking it apart and that becomes quite a task. But check out the color difference here. It was all red at one point. So I continue stripping the backrest, carefully avoiding the sharp metal, and I begin to scrape down the top of the seat. Getting the seat off was the hardest part. The rusty tabs that haven't been moved in 70 years were a little bit tough, but with a little elbow grease and a putty knife, I got them loose. And it was such a relief to get that part of the seat off. Next was removing the steps to the step stool, which came right off. Just kidding. They did not come right off. They were a pain too, but I eventually got them off with a drill and a wrench, so that worked. Then, of course, I had a lot of sanding to do. My goal was to remove as much rust as possible. I actually hit it with an 80 grit for most of it. It was a little abrasive, but it seemed to work. And then I used a fine sandpaper, which was about 240, and then it was good. And then I enlisted the help of my husband because my bench needed to be shorter and cutting the metal, there's just a lot of sparks. Now you can see it's ready for paint, so follow for part 2.